What if one of your long held memories isn't actually completely true and doesn't matter?
Memories are never totally accurate to begin with. You pick up out of the environment what you're able to based upon what you're sensing at the time. So, for example, if you're in an unhappy state and you're trying to remember what happened, say, March 15th, 2020, and you went to the grocery store, and this is despite all the coronavirus stuff, or you went somewhere, right? You'll remember, you're only going to pick up things that relate with that angry energy if you're angry that day. You're not going to see, like, you know, kids and their families. You're not going to notice, like, the beautiful trees and everything in the park. But you'll see one person just doing something that makes you angry. And then you'll remember that. And then you're going to, so you, first of all, you're to begin with, you're not picking up everything out of the environment. You're only picking up what you're tuned into. Second of all, you'll then play it over in your mind over and over and over, and you won't, it will be distorted from what it was before. The only things that are truly correct in memory is facts. Like if I know you said these words to me exactly, and I remember I marked it in stone, then that's a fact, provided my memory doesn't change about it. But it calls into question your entire life story, actually, because while you think you're perceiving something that is correct, it could just be that you're just picking up what you wanted to and then manipulating it as it goes along to fit your narrative. It's a very sobering thing, actually, and it's a relieving thing because, again, people cannot remember things completely accurately. And you have to be aware of the fact that at the point at which you're remembering it now. So if I'm remembering something from 20 years ago, I'm not necessarily unearthing a 20-year-old memory. A new thought is developing now that I think was 20 years ago. And again, it's not going to be completely accurate because it changes as I change. So if one of your most long-held memories is found to be untrue, like factually say, it could matter a lot because it can undo the very basis of your identity, especially if it's an important or foundational memory. Like when kids are growing up, they have several key experiences that color how they begin to perceive and react and that develop their personality. And if one of those is found to be untrue, it can be a relieving thing because the mind structure that you've been married to can be dissolved, for better or for worse. And if there are negative things tied in with that, those things can go away too. So from that standpoint, it matters if one of your long-held memories is found to be not correct or not true. From the standpoint of it not mattering, you're living in the now, always, actually. And people's lives unfold continually and gradually. And you've lived your life under a certain set of premises, a certain amount of knowledge. And now, if something from the past has changed or your understanding of the past has changed, now you have a new piece of knowledge that you're factoring into your entire methodology, your entire working of your path through Earth and through the universe. And you just simply continue on, except now with a new piece of knowledge. Nothing could change from that respect. So, one way or the other, you can say it matters or you can say it doesn't matter. But what's most important, again, is to view things as they are in the present and be aware that all your thoughts are manipulable. All your thoughts could be self-manipulated. They can be manipulated by other people, and other people are professionals at this, actually. And they use this to their advantage. For better or for worse, it could be manipulating you in a bad way, like cheating you, ripping you off. It could be in a good way by presenting themselves as more positive than what they are, and no harm comes of it a lot of the time. But be aware that anything and everything within yourself can be manipulated for better or for worse outcomes. Like Steve Jobs, for example, had this way of manipulating reality to bend to what his vision was. And as a result, he created a company which is, and well after he's died, it's one of the top 2 or 3 companies in terms of size in the entire world. He said, "I know what customers want. They don't know what they want. I know what they want." And he had the confidence to stick behind that and then make that reality a reality. And he turned out to be correct. The iPhone initially had a plastic screen. He said, "No, it needs to be glass. Plastic will scratch." And he had them start the screens over, get new shipping, new people to produce the glass screens. And, he was so steadfast about what he believed to be true that he turned it into a reality. And he did that, he did a lot of self-exploration. He went to India when he was 19. He had a very, turbulent life, which is what makes him so interesting. That's why there's so many documentaries and stuff on him. And because he's interested, and because, he was an orphan and I don't know when he found out he was an orphan and he felt disillusioned, abandoned. He had to do a lot of self-work in order to feel like he's a worthy sort of person. And he was forced to question a lot of premises about his life, similar to the basis of this question of what if one of your long-held memories is not true, right? So he did a lot of inner work. And as a result, he made technology very artistic. He gave it a soul. I saw Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple. He came to University of Florida in 2010 when I was a freshman. He said that he's not a fan of Microsoft. He says he thinks Microsoft is moving tech in the wrong way. It's moving it to be this streamlined business, soulless thing. I'm paraphrasing. And the Apple folks wanted to give the technology art. They wanted to give it a soul. So, again, how did I get on that topic? Yeah, Steve Jobs was able to manipulate reality to the point that it literally turned into what he wanted it to turn into. So what happens if everything you think isn't true, if you've been lied to your whole life? Well, you have to reevaluate. You always operate with the full amount of knowledge that you have at any given point in time. And you have to reevaluate and then, live the best way you can from there. But always be okay with the fact that what you think is true might not be true. Or it might not be true in the way that you think it's true. And be flexible to bend and change with new truths as they come up, if they're actually true, and not just temporary impulses or temporary things that can be distractions. So we're always evolving, we're always changing. Our external purposes are constantly changing, and who we are is constantly changing. It's not fixed, and it shouldn't be. So with that in mind, maybe none of this is true. It's hard to know, really. We assume a lot of things are true. But we can move forward into an authentic reality when we learn to question our assumptions and operate in more of a field of not being 100% sure about what we know, because that opens the gate to new knowledge, and it opens the gate to things that we would have had no idea about before, which can help us engage with the world better. Anyway, I hope that answered the question in a good way, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like it, please comment. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer, please leave it in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you like it, and share the video with anybody who may benefit from it. My name is Jay Shaw. Hope you enjoy this, and see you later.